Hi guys, Karen here. I'm back. This is my first photo album that I made, and she's far from perfect, let me tell you. She is far from perfect, but that is okay with me because I love her anyway. She's my folly. I will keep her. You couldn't give it away, let alone gift it as a present. Everything I could do wrong, I did. So, but it's one of those things that she's so ugly you have to love her, you know? Have you ever seen one of them dogs or cats? It's so ugly you just have to love it. Well, so is my photo album. But I will keep her. I learned so much making her, and even though I got ahead of myself because I just got so excited doing the project. I mean, I've been trying to make one since Christmas, and I started one, and the binding system literally did my head in so bad. I mean, there was days I just sat down and cried. You know, I mean, it was like, I will never figure this out. And I just couldn't get past. I mean, I ended up finishing the binding system, got it in the book and everything. But I just couldn't get past it. It was like, because I struggled so hard with that binding system, it just ruined the rest of the book for me. So I just set it aside. And every once in a while, Noodle will come by and say, "How's that album going, Karen?" Well, it's going in the trash is where it's going, Noodles. So I started this the other day. I don't know, maybe last week, and I don't know what it was, but it was clicking. Just everything I was thinking, how to do stuff, it was just clicking. But I got too ahead of myself. I was just so excited. I was enjoying making it that I skipped steps that I didn't realize I skipped until it was too late. And by that, I don't understand how. I can't help it, I'm sorry guys. I don't understand how I could skip some of these steps because it was blatant obvious, but I was in such a zone that I just never noticed it. I mean, I was in such a zone. Like when I got my binding done, and I put my papers on the binding, and then I realized I should have matted them first before I attached it to the binding. Okay. And then, but then when I got my papers done and everything, I thought, that binding is ready to go in that book. I'm ready, you know. Well, yeah, I was ready. I was so focused and I was so ready that somebody forgot to line the inside of the book. And I don't know how I put... I'm sorry, but I still can't figure out how I put that binding in this book and didn't notice that Special K cereal box staring up at me. I did not notice it at all until I got done burnishing. I mean, it was like, okay, it's got to go in. I got to make sure I burnish every page. And I did that. And I was like, haha, look at that. I'm so proud. And then I was like, well, shit, fire. I forgot to line the inside of it. I mean, you know, what can I say? Oh my gosh. And I just used cereal boxes. I mean, I knew it was my first one. There was going to be mistakes. I didn't know if I would keep it, but I knew that it wouldn't be for anybody else. And, but she's just so pitiful. I gotta keep her. So, I just used, cereal boxes. I do have good chipboard. I have medium weight chipboard because one of the things I obviously did find out with making this is that I do not like using the cereal boxes at all. It's too flimsy for me. It's a medium weight. The first one that I started that gave me such a headache, I did use chipboard, and it's a lot more sturdier. So that is one thing I did figure out. Another thing that I did on this one, I did a stack the hinge for the binding. And I like stack the hinge, but I don't like that paper is, you know, it's just a single paper. And when you make these albums, I mean, you know as well as I do, by the time you get the paper and cardstock and everything onto these pages, that's not lightweight anymore. I mean, that's got a decent little weight. I mean, it's not heavy, but it's got a decent little weight to it for just one piece of single cardstock sticking up to hold on through the years, you know. And then you got the flipping and turning and you're wearing. So that is what I had against the stack the hinge. And I found a way to reinforce that hinge that sticks up. So my hinge were just that one piece of paper, it's actually doubled. So I did do that, and I like that. I mean, it feels sturdy within there, and that hinge is not going to rip too easy as far as I'm concerned. So that was another lesson that I learned from this. The third lesson I learned from this is maybe not take a muscle relaxer when you're putting them together. By the time I got done that day, just cutting my paper, standing up, cutting my paper and my cardstock and everything, my back was done in, and if I'm not careful, my back will go into very serious spasms. So I knew I could feel it coming on, so I just went and took a muscle relaxer. Usually it takes a while, you know, for it to work in, and I must have been a little wore down or something, and it kicked in a little bit faster than what I thought. Anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it, guys, because you can tell the first of my hinges went in. I mean, they're pretty straight. But then as it goes on, however I was layering them, I didn't get that on straight. They just got a little bit, you know, crooked. So, you know, but it's okay. She's mine. I don't plan on using her as a family album, but I do plan on using it. I made pockets for her. These started out as envelopes. I did start it out as envelopes. I still have to do that page. And then I ended up cutting the tops off. I didn't want to, because this was just a, you know, working through how to actually get going and do one right and everything. That, to me, it was just a lot of waste of cardstock and paper to use the other side of the flap and turn it into a page. So I just threw it, and I did that after I put it in the book. You know, it's like I didn't do all the steps, any of the steps the way I should have. You know, I mean, I should have had all my paper and everything on there before I even stuck it in the book. And of course I didn't. Excuse my Voxer, that's D. But I did make pocket, you know, I wanted pocket pages, and that I did do, and then I glued my paper and to my cardstock, and then just took my well, it was my 1-inch punch and just went in halfway, and you know, just punched them. And another thing that I found that, which was a great learning experience too, is that I did put all my envelopes in with the flaps this way. And I really wish I wouldn't have done that. I really wish that I would have turned each one opposite of each other, where I had pockets facing each other, and then mats, both mats on one side. And my next one, I will do that. So that was a great learning curve for me. and that's just a preference. Some people might like it like this. I would have preferred that my pockets be facing together and my mats be facing together. So that was a nice learning experience. I'm not done with her. The front here, I'm going to do a pocket. I want 2 or 3 pockets. I'm not sure. I want to do that. And then on this back flap, I'm going to do a waterfall. And I don't know if I'm going to do it this way or this way. But that's a good experience, and it'll go in this book, and I will make notes for it. That's why I'm going to keep this. I get little things from you guys, my crafting friends and stuff. They'll go in here. If somebody sends me a picture of themselves, I will match it in here. And, you know, stuff like that. Any notes that I make, like I'm going to sit down and make a page on stuff that I like and didn't like with this while making it, and that will go in one of my pockets. And that's what I'm going to use. This is going to be for my crafting, just my crafting stuff in general. Anything that I get from friends that I want to keep, it'll go in here. Any notes that I make on anything that I'm making down the road will go in here. I'm going to keep it. I guess maybe as a mini album journal. I don't know what you would call that. But I am going to keep her because it's... I mean, I know she looks bad. I know she does. I'm not denying it. But I love her. I enjoyed making her so much that I love her. And there is just, you know, there is no way that she's going anywhere. Because, I mean, look, guys. I don't know what I was thinking. Why'd I make a binding so big? I mean, why is that so... I mean, look, it lays flat. You know? Hey, what was going on in my mind when I did that? You know? I mean, really. You know. So, the only thing that... I know one of the things that I was thinking of when I made this bigger was that if anything was off, just a hair, now grant you, just a hair, not where it's, you know, that's sticking up 1/8 of an inch or maybe even 1/4 there. If anything was off just a hair, where, you know, it's not all just perfectly the exact same shape, it would hide it just a little bit, give it some give and everything. And I knew that I did want space for when I add embellishments and stuff like that, that it wouldn't smush stuff, because I probably will decorate it. There'll be things that I will try for myself as an experiment, and I'll put it in here with notes. If it was a win or a fail or something that I could have done different. So it'll be excellent for that, because I do that. And but this way I'll be able to keep it all in one place. So, and then I just this is a Spellbinder die. It's I forget what it's called though, to be honest. And I just cut it in half. These two go together, you know. And what'd I do? I just embossed them. I cut them apart. I used my dabber, so I didn't have to, because I cannot stand to push stuff on an ink pad and it comes seeping up around my hands. And then you try and emboss, you know. I mean, you just end up with globs of stuff, and I can't handle that. And so I got a dauber emboss thing, and I used that. And then this was it's a tinsel embossing powder. So, you know, I just made them to hold my pictures in, and they do. They'll be fine, you know. I just I use my art glitter glue and just glued the bottom parts here, and halfway up the side I glued this big thing there, and then halfway up this side. And that way, I don't know why it feels like no, it's not glued. I was going to say, that shouldn't be glued there. But it's snug enough, and that's something for me to practice on, you know, with placing stuff, you know, to hold pictures and stuff. So, and I have another die cut that I'm going to make. I've got the cardstock cut out. I just haven't got it finished. Die cuts, it's like a loop thing. I don't know. But it's going to go on top of my cardstock so I can just grab it and pull it out. And everything. So, there she is, people. My first photo album. And this is just, cheap paper that I got from Hobby Lobby. It's a big thick pack, and it was purple, so I just matched it. That was another thing I did is, I went and outlined it, too, with the same ink that I did my papers with, and I'm not thinking I like that. I don't think I like that at all, so I don't know if I will ever do that again, because it just looks smudged. It doesn't look nice, you know, it doesn't look nice and clean. I like it sort of on the mats. Now, I did, you know, I like that in a way, but overall, on the outside and everything, I just, you know, I didn't like it. So, anyway, anywhere but here right now, because I'm embarrassed. But this is my Folly mini album, and I love her. I may finish the front someday, I'm not sure. You know, this one will be a working project. Oh, let's try something here, let's try something there. But, I just thought I would share with her because it's not perfect. I don't care. Hopefully the next one will be better, though, because I will care about that. But, it was a great learning curve, and I think everybody needs a learning curve in not expecting something, especially, these take time and patience, and you got to pay attention to the detail. And, I mean, if there's someone out there that did their first one perfect, more power to you is all I can say. But I wasn't going into this expecting it to come out in selling condition. Oh, I'm done. Let's go put that up and sell it. Or let's go give this as a gift to my daughter, you know, my granddaughter, my mom. You know, I didn't go into this project expecting that. And I'm fixing to start another one in a couple days. I don't expect it to be a gift to anyone either, but I expect it to be in a lot better shape than this one. So, anyway, guys, thank you for joining me. I hope she made you laugh. I know she makes me smile every time I look at her. She will go on the bookcase. I will keep her in the bookcase in the living room. And anytime anybody goes to reach for her, I'll say, no, don't touch that, it may fall apart. So, anyway, you all have a happy day, okay? Love y'all. Bye.